Hi, welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
I'm Gary.
And today we're going to read about more stupid Trump stuff because that's pretty much what this world revolves around is that dancing monkey and us doing readings on him.
It's really fatiguing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Irritating as hell, too.
Mm.
And the latest irritation is, we were raised that if a judge tells you to do something, you damn well better do it, or else there's going to be jail or prison time waiting for you. But I guess that only applies to peasants.
Yes. Well, it's funny because Chuck Grassley's out there in Iowa trying to hold these town halls,
gasping for air,
and they're letting him have it, man. It's like, oh, so can we ignore the Supreme Court when they tell us to do something? We can ignore it like Trump. They're letting them have it at this.
Yeah, somebody asked him if he was proud what Trump is doing. He said, well, I don't support everything. I have ever supported everything a president's done. And the guy said, that's not the question I asked. The question I asked was, are you proud of what Trump is doing? And he went to the next question. He didn't answer that question.
Yeah.
There's a gas passer that needs to be removed from Congress and probably the gene pool and maybe even from God's green earth. He's had his time.
Yeah, so the Fourth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals just made kind of a ruling, if you will. They refused to suspend a judge's decision to order sworn testimony by Trump administration officials, determine if they were complying with instructions to facilitate the return of Abrego Garcia. And on a related note, Judge Boasberg is basically looking at whether Trump's administration and who in the administration should be held in potential criminal contempt of the court. So there's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought maybe we could just sort of jump in and see, how's that looking? How's that whole relationship going between Trump and the courts? Because right now the courts are the only thing that's stopping Trump from doing everything he wants to do.
Right.
And the courts are still playing by the rules, and Trump, of course, never plays by the rules.
Kind of, sort of. I mean, Supreme Court certainly gave him the powers of a king. And now they're going to hear arguments if they should suspend birthright citizenship, which is black and white printed in the freaking Constitution. But hey, maybe we should have a hearing on that.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Well, I think the Constitution says that birthright citizenship should be decided solely by an orange-tinted executive branch member.
Exactly. Yeah.
For entertainment purposes only.
Lovely. I will let you lead off because I'm annoyed.
Yes, I can tell that. Could you tell? Hey, by the way, David, I got a couple of haikus in today's comment section.
Good. I hope somebody left a limerick or two for you as well.
No limericks, just haiku. Okay. David insists that I like haiku.
Gary loves haiku. If you could send him haiku, all your responses in haiku would make him happy.
Oh, yes, indeed. Okay, so let's take a look at the current energy of the courts and Trump. And just, overall, what do we need to know right now? For entertainment purposes only.
I'm not entertained.
Okay. Foundation of the reading is the Empress. Yeah, I'm really starting to get annoyed with this card because it's supposed to be this really great card. It's just like it's like the abundance of the land. Everything is going great. Everything's coming up roses. Everyone's being taken care of. All the needs are being met. That's clearly not the case. So we may as well just turn this one upside down and call this that, it's the entitled card, where Trump is looking out only for himself and his Project 2025 and all his little MAGA supporters. Everyone else can go get screwed. This is not what this country is about. Challenge is the Ace of Swords, that sword of truth, the sword of justice. So right now, Trump is having his way. I mean, there's no question, which is why Dave's really annoyed. And quite frankly, I'm annoyed too, because, you're raised with a certain amount of right and wrong and identifying it, acknowledging it, and accepting right and wrong. And with the understanding that if you do things right, good things happen. If you do things wrong, there's consequences that you pay. But it seems like he never pays any consequence for doing things wrong. We pay the consequence, but he never does. But right now, the courts and the sword of truth is the only thing kind of stopping him from having everything his way. Underneath it, you got the Page of Pentacles. This could be one of a couple ways. Trump and his Project 2025. Oh, here are all these great projects. There's all these great ideas, all these great programs we're putting in place. If you're looking at the courts, it's kind of like, we should really be holding the Constitution a much higher value, much more esteem. We should be, not necessarily worshiping it, but honoring it. And right now, that's certainly not happening. In the past, you've got the Magician, just Trump making shit up as law and just he's running roughshod through the legal system, or through the whole country, really. Nothing, it's like there's no filter, there's nothing that stops him. Current energy is the Two of Pentacles, trying to find a balance. The courts, it's hard. In the past, the courts have really kind of given him a lot of leeway, as I think Dave would totally agree with. But at the same time, they are holding the Constitution in high regard and people's rights. And Trump is just trampling everything, and they need to find that balance. And quite frankly, I don't think they need to find balance. I think they need to start finding an ace of wands out there and start using it. Overarching energy is the Eight of Pentacles. A lot of people working overtime, trying to either enact the Project 2025 agenda or trying to block the 2025 agenda. Lesson to be learned is the Queen of Pentacles. Take care of your citizens. Take care of your laws. Take care of your institutions. Take care of your health. None of this. Trump doesn't give a shit about any of this shit. He takes care of his money. There you go. Outcome is the Ten of Swords. Something's coming to an end. This is not a tenable situation. This situation, something has to give and something is going to come to an end. The cycle is coming to the end. I just have a feeling that what this is Trump's attacks on the Constitution and the rule of law are going to be coming to an end. That's where I'm going with it.
I see nothing but grifting. Grifting, and more grifting.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah. Normally, I come up with some hugely insightful suggestion for the next thing to read. All I want to do is flip off give the bird some way in the direction of Washington D.C.
Well, let's take a deeper dive in what that Ten of Swords is. What's coming to an end?
What's coming to an end? What's coming to an end? Is it Dear Donald or is it Law and Order as we know it?
Yeah, careful the questions you ask.
Okay, so foundation, the reading is Ten of Cups, often remembered as truth, justice, the American way, or at least the Republican card of hooray, we want a cis hetero couple with a boy and a girl that identify as a boy and a girl, and who cares what their pronouns are. Crossed with having to retreat, go quiet, go dark, think about things, being put in your room. You've been bad. Go to your room and think about what you've done. The Ten of Swords.
9 of Swords.
The Ten of Swords was your card.
Oh yeah. You're sorry.
This is reading on what's coming to an end with Trump and the Constitution here. It's like they're getting their victories now. Probably in this, I think this is Trump getting his victories with his decrees, but then they get challenged in the courts, and then his problems start because he can't win the court cases. In the past, winning the election so he can flood the zone, as it were, which is what he's doing now, just trying to force forward. There's an agenda being moved forward while Trump distracts everybody with his outrageous behaviors. But there are truths coming out. I think as these cases go to court, it's not quite whistleblowers yet, but there's truths that are going to be revealed as these cases go to court, kind of like his legal teams that didn't return people that were they were told to return, and they're going to get subpoenaed, brought into court, and then they're going to get deposed, and they're going to have to testify under oath. And this is about it's about the deportations. This is about getting rid of the norms, chasing people away. Where am I going with this? All right. One of the judges, and I think it was the one that wants to depose Trump and his band of White House lawyers or Department of Justice lawyers, the ones that one guy got fired because he basically said, I can't defend what these folks are doing. This is your inspector general. These are your special counsels coming in here. I think there's going to be, and I heard rumor that that judge was trying to figure out a way to get like a special counsel or somebody like that to look into this, because you can't depend on the Department of Justice to do its job.
Right. That was, Boasberg.
Yeah. And therefore, you're going to probably have to get somebody else in there to get down to the bottom of what's going on. Wonder if Jack Smith's available. I hear he's pretty effective at these things.
I thought special counsels were illegal, and if you used one, then it's, you can just have...
Only if you're Judge Cannon getting guidance from Clarence Thomas. It hasn't quite made it to the Supreme Court again.
All right, so so assuming that there's going to be a special counsel, or if there's a special counsel, what's going to happen as a result of the special counsel's investigation? Okay, so right now, foundation is the Four of Cups. Just right now, emotionally looking at things, not happy with the options we have in front of us, and there's an option coming, which could be the special counsel option. The challenge is the Wheel of Fortune. Anything can happen with it. Just like, Dave and I were kind of snarking. It's just like, just because you have a special counsel, Trump's already leveraged Clarence Thomas to have his the stolen documents case tossed by Cannon. So anything can happen. And, sure as hell, the Justice Department leadership is not going to cooperate with any special counsel that's brought forth. Underneath it, you've got the Lovers. This is all about relationships and honoring commitments to each other. This is kind of your checks and balances card, if you will. In the past, you've got the Six of Pentacles. The special counsel, come in and do, talk to people, get some information, make sure everything's balanced and fair. The current energy is a chariot. Things will move forward. There's something. If there's a special counsel, it's going to move forward. I guess this could also be a grift card because Dave did make the comment that Trump's all about the grift.
Mm-hmm.
But special counsel moving things forward. Overarching energy is the 9 of Swords. Just it's creating a lot of anxiety. It's something Trump really can't control. So it could be Trump's anxiety. This could be the anxiety of the stress on the institutions. You got people in the Justice Department that want to do what's right, but if you do what's right, you're fired. It's just so corrupt right now, what's going on. Lesson to be learned is the Page of Wands, new messaging coming forth from all this, new actions being started and taken. Outcome is the 4 of Swords. So you had that as well. Just kind of, it's going to take time, and people are it's going to cause reflection as to what's going on. This is not something that's going to. I get the feeling this isn't going to be something that's quick and it's going to yield results right away. This is something that's going to take some time.
Yeah, there'll be the gift that keeps giving for a decade or more.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you do your readings for Tarot by the Bay yet?
I did.
What'd you do today?
This one was on the U.S. citizen that was detained by ICE. And he was in court today and presented a valid birth certificate showing he's a U.S. citizen. And the judge said, well, that looks like a valid document to me. I really don't have any jurisdiction over this case, but I can tell you that that's valid, and I should be letting him go. But ICE isn't required to do that. So it's kind of like, this should be an open shut case. You can't. How can ICE detain somebody saying they're an illegal immigrant when they're a U.S. citizen?
Yeah.
They've got a birth certificate proving it. Unless ICE is going to dig up something where they renounce their citizenship, which is like the only thing that they can play here. But they're just going to detain him because he's brown.
God, what a world we're in. And you signed up for this.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
They changed the rules somewhere in the middle there. I guarantee you that. This is not the world I signed up for. And that's why I want to revoke my pass. I'm done. You all want to play in this world, you go right ahead. You change the rules. This is not what I signed up for.
Fine.
Yeah, exactly. So screw you too. Thank you for watching this video and supporting our channel. We appreciate it.
Yes, another uplifting, happy video from Twin Tarot with Gary and David.
It's just such crap. It's such crap. And then you just... No, don't want to deal with it. Don't want to deal with it. If you like this video, and Lord knows why you would, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment in haiku for Gary, because Gary loves haiku.
Love haiku.
Me personally, I can't stand haiku, so don't leave haiku for me. Leave it all for Gary.
Yeah, I appreciate it. There actually was a couple people that did leave haiku. I was reading the comments like, that's kind of an odd structure for the comment. Then it occurred to me later that someone else wrote one. Was like, oh, that's the haiku Dave was kidding about.
Start your post with haiku, so Gary is clued in that you're writing haiku.
There, just so you know, Dave, there were many comments with tariff in the movie film title.
No, yeah, it was kind of it's a better verbal gag of Omar Tarif.
Yes.
Omar Tarifs.
Yes. So, but we were getting all sorts, dial T for tariff.
Oh God, that's right, because we were doing all those tariff puns.
Yes, exactly. It was the best part of the whole video experience. The video didn't do particularly well, but the comments were a lot of fun to read through.
Yeah.
It was very enjoyable. Hey, so let's give a couple of shout outs. That'll make you happy.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
The first is to Mary Alice Coleman.
That sounds like Captain Kirk's middle name with the name Coleman at the end of it.
Mary Alice Coleman. It's
He said, I checked the video. I'm pretty sure you said Tiberius.
No, he said Tiberius. No, Mary Alice Coleman, who was not called out on Romper Room. But, you know, I always feel bad if someone's got a name like that because you don't know if your parent is just calling your name or if you're in trouble. Mary Alice?
Well, if she was in Ireland and they said Mary, you know, that's like all the female population in Ireland. You need to travel the world. Go to Ireland, where everybody's named
Mary Alice. Bring it on the world. And then we've got Brenda Starr, who's said she was never called out on Romper Room, but she had a whole cartoon strip named after her. Ooh.
Brenda Starr had a cult cartoon named after her?
Yeah, Brenda Starr was a cartoon strip. She was like this ace reporter, if I remember.
I was going to say, it sounds like a reporter.
Yeah. And then Teresa Terry, who was not called out on Romper Room. Her mom said this because her name was too Catholic.
Enjoy your Catholicism. You should be Mary Teresa to make it even more Catholic.
And then Polly or Pauline, who just wants a shout out.
Okay. That one's probably called out on Romper Room every third week, right?
Polly? I don't know about Polly. And then we got a nice contribution from Martha.
Martha.
Marvelous Martha. Yay! The Hierophant. Yes, it's all about those big institutions.
You go declare that on your taxes. Give the government.
Right there with Mary Alice was Dana Lynn, who would like a shout out as well.
Dana Lynn. There's another name that's not being called out on Romper Room.
No, and you don't realize
that every third week.
Yes, there you go. King of Cups. Oh, so now we know who the King of Cups is.
Barry Lynn.
Remember, whenever we throw it, we don't know who it is. It's Dana Lynn. Dana Lynn. That's all I got.
I got no shout out, so.
Okay, well, how about just a secret card for the rest of us?
Oh, well, okay. I suppose people want that.
Yes. So today's secret card is the Nine of Wands.
It's kind of how I'm feeling these days.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just going to say. That's the card that personifies my brother right now.
I'm feeling pretty beat up right now and just looking forward to what kind of fun we're going to get on Friday.
Yeah, no kidding. We got to replace Dave's 9 of clubs. We got to give him the Ace of clubs. He's a lot more happy when he's got that in his hand.
Oh, that Ace of clubs came up in my reading today, in my Make America White Again reading.
Oh God,
that's pretty much spoiler alert.
Yeah,
that appears to be what's going on here.
Yeah,
it explains a lot.
It does indeed. Well. Thanks for sticking around for this uplifting, happy, joy reading.
Exactly. Hope you like a little salt with your coffee in the morning. Particularly salty. Have a good one. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care.
Take care, folks. Bye.